So, I spend a really lot of my time thinking about flight or fight, and which I would choose in any given situation. I'm fairly certain it would be fight. I do karate. I think I'm pretty tough, if you can't tell. But this theory is relatively unproven, except for this fight I've been in for years, and that's the fight against the mice I live with. And well-intentioned people say things like, put peppermint oil out, or get a cat. No. We catch like one a day. It's a real thing. I remember when I was in college, I woke up one morning to squeaking in my bedroom, and my first reaction was grab whatever was near me to fight this thing off. The two things I grabbed were a hairdryer and Raid. And I started screaming, ah! Well, I blew the hairdryer and sprayed the Raid and just vaporized all of it and breathed all of it in because I was like having a panic attack. Got really lightheaded, and then my roommates came in with chunks of our falling apart doorway that were just pieces of wood with nails and saved me. But the most recent and horrifying attack was last week, like about 7 days ago, so this is kind of therapeutic to tell all of you right now. We heard squeaking. I live with my sister, she's over there, and we have a deal. She handles the bugs, I handle the mice. So upon this squeaking, I went to investigate, checked all the normal spots under the stove, wasn't there. So then I open up this cabinet under our sink that we don't open because it's full of mouse poop all the time and it's too scary. And there's a melted sticky trap that had melted over all of these pipes, and a little mouse that had tangled its body around the pipe to the point where it was literally like tied itself in a knot, covered in sticky goo, squeaking into the void, why is this my life? And I screamed into the void, why is this my life? So this is where it gets dark. I knew that mouse wasn't coming off alive, and I felt bad for the squeaking despite years of horrifying mice encounters, so I beat it to death with a pair of tongs that I had previously roasted corn with. I can never use those again. But because of all the pipes, I couldn't really hit it well, so I just kept like cleaning like you would on New Year's with pots and pans, like ding, 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 to try and kill this poor creature that was in such misery, as I was in such misery, but I wasn't running away. And so eventually the squeaking quieted, and I thought, okay, that is what Voldemort must have felt like when he killed his first thing. So like, what do I make my Horcrux out of? Because now my soul is split in two. I've now beat a living creature to death. Never thought I would before. Like, it's not something I was prepared for emotionally. So then the next step was how to get the mouse out of this sticky knot. So I take the tongs and I start pulling and pulling, and it's like starting to come, and I'm like, oh god. And I have Kelsey put on Nicki Minaj's Dungeons and Dragons to like pump me up. So I'm like, come on. And the mouse, my plan worked halfway. And I say halfway because only half the mouse came off. It's separated in mid-torso. The head and the arms still wrapped around the pipe. And now in my tongs that I had previously picked up corn with, like in Happy Summer Memories, I was holding half of a dead mouse with puffs of hair and bones and gore dripping onto the floor. And it's at that point where I start to not remember things because I just started screaming and I couldn't stop. I didn't run away, but my sister did come and hold me. She wasn't quite sure what to do. Should she pour water on me? Should she slap me? But I just cried and cried because that was something I've never expected to have happen in my life, or anyone's life. I didn't grow up on a farm. I wasn't prepared for that. So I wish there was a moral of the story, but the best I could come up with was fighting is not always the best choice. And the next time there's a mouse attack, I'm flying as fast as I can out of that hellhole.